All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiance Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM, Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX, 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Ford Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Good evening and welcome to a very spooktacular episode of KMSU Inside Out. My name is Matt Huffman, also known as, go ahead, sorry man, go, say your name, say your name.
And I'm Dalen Eddington.
All right. Big show planned for tonight. We have a special interview with the National Association for Music Education Director. We have Blake with some highlights. We got the Beavers doing well on a lot of sporting fronts. He's going to talk a little bit more about that. I'll be interviewing a BFA art student. And who do you got tonight?
I'll be interviewing one of the members of the KMSU auction team, Maddie Knutson.
All right. So, once again, I am Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused, aka David Wooderson. Before I was that, though, we were talking about this haunted house. Going back to that, Anthony Battle has more with the National Association for Music Education Marketing Director, Kaylee Kapp. Anthony?
Hey guys, thank you for the toss. I'm standing here with Kaylee Kapp, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the haunted house here for NAFME. If you could tell us a little bit about that, what's it for and who's it benefiting?
So the National Association for Music Educators is putting on our 3rd annual haunted house, and it's happening this Saturday from 7 to 11.
Okay, awesome. And so how big is this haunted house? Where's it going to be at? And what would you say is kind of the age group and price for it?
So in Old Main, it's happening in the basement, or the music division, and it's going to be throughout. It's going to be a huge maze throughout that whole entire department, and we're going to scare you right through it. And it's going to be from ages, we like to see ages from 14 and up. And yeah, so it happens at the East door if you come in through that door.
Okay, and it is the 3rd annual one, so it's been pretty successful. What is, I guess you could say, some of the best scares you've gotten out of this haunted house thing?
Yeah, it's been really fun seeing like full-grown adults like fall to the ground and like you just shoot a look at them and they're just down. So we've had some pretty good successes and people just rampaging through this thing. A lot of different types of scares we have going out throughout. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
Okay, and you are the marketing director for NAFME. So what are some other kind of events you guys do to try to raise money for, your club?
We typically take over some symphony events here at Minot State. We'll just sell concessions and stuff like that. We've started a GoFundMe account for our newest adventure going to Texas for a national convention. But yeah, stuff like that.
And so you're a student here at Minot State, junior year. What do you plan to do? And since you have this experience with NAFME, do you plan on maybe going on the business side, or do you just want to be an educator for students?
I would absolutely love to be an educator. It's what I'm working towards since high school. It's kind of what I've always wanted to be. And yeah, it's kind of the goal when I get out of college.
And are you going to be participating at all in this haunted house? I should have asked that earlier, but are you going to participate practically?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll be seeing me as a scarer, being a torturer. So if you can look for that, you can watch yourself. But yeah, it'll be really, really fun.
And so how long is this event? I guess I should have asked that earlier too. How long does this event last for you guys?
It's about 4 hours. It's going from 7 to 11, but we are going to technically still take people after 11 o'clock if some people tend to stream in. So we're going to be flexible about that.
Awesome. Well, that is all I got here. I'm going to toss it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that, Anthony. So joining me now, we have a BFA art student. So most students are traditionally worried about like the more, essay finals, you have book finals, but I have with me tonight BFA art student Maroa Lowry, and she is currently underway with perhaps her biggest project. How are you doing this evening, Maroa?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little nervous. This is my first TV interview.
Look at that. Well, I'm glad you could join us.
Yeah.
So for all our viewers at home, let's talk about exactly what you are kind of doing for your big art show.
Okay, so I'm making a series of 7 handmade books, and I have one with me today from Australia. Yeah, so keeping in mind the culture and the area of the stories, where they're coming from, I'm making books based on that, illustrating them. And so 6 of them are from other authors, and then one of them is my own story that I wrote.
Oh, okay. Which one did you write? What country or continent did you write for?
Antarctica, because it doesn't have a native population.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, there might be people down there.
There are, yeah.
We don't know for sure. I mean, scientists, maybe.
Yes, yeah. Actually, the largest population is at the McMurdo Science Station. Hey. So I kind of integrated that into the story.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess going back a little further, when did you start doing art and kind of what led you to pursue it during college? Like kind of talk about your journey, your road to Minot, if you would.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the picture with me, but I do have proof. I have a picture of myself when I was 3 years old at an easel in one of my dad's giant painting shirts. Yeah, so I have proof that I've been doing art since I could walk.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good start. I mean, a few years on your belt.
Yeah. So I've been an artist for, I guess that makes it 20 years now. And I grew up in California. We moved to Minot when I was 12 years old. So I've been, in North Dakota for the past almost 12 years. And when I got started at MSU, I wanted to be a teacher. I've always wanted to work with kids. And I spent one day in the classroom with 20 kindergartners, and I decided that it maybe wasn't for me. It was a little exhausting, So I still wanted to work with kids though, so that's kind of what led me to this idea.
And then like the book, a kid's book, like an indirect way to influence children, instead of having to deal with the screaming and the
It's a lot, it's
a little much of the kindergarten classroom.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so how many continents have you finished thus far? How many do you have left, or are you almost all the way done?
Oh gosh. I have, 5 out of 6 done, and I'm really close with the other 2. And there's also going to be posters with artwork from the book, so I'm almost done with those as well. So I'm getting really close. Yeah.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
So any big, did you, I talked to you about this before, it was at the review, that all the art students get together, and you didn't have anything for North America yet, but
yes.
Do you have anything for North America now?
I do, actually, and it's pretty cool. So keeping in mind the culture, I also decide the cover of the books. So actually there's a really cool little store in town, Henson's Fur and Leather, shout out.
There you go. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Henson's Fur and Leather. Buy it.
It's a really amazing store. So I went in there and I got some deer hide from deer that have been killed.
You can say killed, it's okay.
Yeah, so the leather that's going to be used for binding the book is actually deer from North Dakota.
Okay.
So yeah, and the story is a story from the Algonquin people.
Okay.
And the I couldn't find any paper that was specifically from like the Northern America, Canada area where that tribe is mostly from, but the paper is from Mexico, and it's really cool looking paper. Like all of the paper is either handmade by me or purchased from areas that have to do with the culture.
So if you wanted to open your book and we can get a camera shot on the book and you kind of show off your work.
Okay.
I can Vanna White it for you, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
There you go. I'm blonde for this episode,
you
so
can
might as
Matthew
well.
McConaughey it for me.
There you go.
Okay, so this fabric is from Australia, and the paper is actually from recycled kangaroo poop.
Hey, there you go. Multi-purpose. I did not know that was a use for kangaroo poop.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, 2 of my books have paper that was made from poop.
Hey,
yeah.
Keep
so if for nothing else, come for the poop paper. Yeah.
There you go. I can tell you guys that it doesn't smell bad. It smells like normal paper.
Yeah.
At least in the studio.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's been heavily processed.
Okay. All right. So
that's
very interesting stuff. So be on the lookout for Maroa's handmade books at the Gordon B. Olson Library Gallery, November 7th through the 28th.
Yes.
And your opening reception is November 9th at
6:30. There will be food.
There will be food. Yes. So still to come on tonight's show, we have Maddie Knutson talk to us a little bit about the auction. The Beavers continue their run of undefeated stuff in hockey. Good words. Yeah, undefeated stuff. And we have another interview with a women's basketball coach.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back to KMSU Inside Out. I'm Dalen Eddington, and joining me now is one of the members of the KMSU auction team, as well as one of our camerawomen for KMSU Inside Out as well, Maddie Knutson. Maddie, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Now, the Children's Museum is a unique opportunity from a promotional standpoint. Do you think you could tell us more about that?
Yeah, so we're teaming up with the Magic City Discovery Center, and they're going to get 10% of our profits that we make on the auction night. And we'll be working with them for advertising and kind of collaborating on different things.
Now, promotional events are a good way to get the name of a business out there. What in general made you want to get involved with promotional activities?
I really liked the more creative side of the auction, doing graphics and making posters and things like that, and also getting to work with businesses.
You said you had a bit of a background in graphics?
Not really, but I like to pretend I do.
What kind of graphics do you do in general?
I really like graphic design. I just like making posters and being a little bit more on that creative side of the advertising world.
I always liked the creative side as well as doing those kinds of graphics as well. I was just never really that great at them because I was probably never really that creative in the first place. So the KMSU auction is a great way for a business to throw their name into the fire per se. What have you learned from taking the auction class in terms of promotional ideas?
It's really great for like all of the community businesses that support us. They get basically free advertising. We mention their name multiple times, depending on how many things they contribute to the auction. They also get, depending on their level, they get to come on the show and talk about their store or business as well.
What are some things you learned from clients, such as doing things for the Magic City Discovery Center?
You really have to listen to what they want as well. You can have your own ideas coming into something, but you want to really help the client with what they want to accomplish.
Now, I understand before the night that the auction actually occurs. I bet there's a lot of things that are going on and different tasks you guys have to handle. Do you think you could tell us more about the certain things that are going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of prep for the auction. The biggest thing is putting together packages. So we get all these donations and then we set them up in packages so they kind of go together and they have a theme. And so that really takes a lot of time before the auction actually can air. Also getting the set ready and getting everyone in their places before we can air it.
What's the most challenging part of that for you?
I think probably putting together the baskets, just because you'll have some really crazy things that might not go together, and so getting a theme for each of the packages is a little bit more difficult to do, but it ends up being really fun too.
How does a class like the KMSU auction help you with your future career down the road?
It's a really great experience for event planning and also for a nonprofit asking for donations. It's really great. It's a great opportunity to learn how to do that.
Has taking the class with the KMSU auction influenced you at all to pursue a career in promotional?
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely interested in that before even the KMSU auction class. So it's very eye-opening to see all the work that goes into it though.
Now switching gears a little bit back to the KMSU auction, you guys said that you put packages together. What certain kinds of packages do you guys do?
It all depends on our donations. So like whatever businesses would like to donate, we kind of just try and group them up by a theme. So it depends on each year, every package is different.
All right. In terms of like value, how do you guys determine how much a package would be worth?
It depends on the donations. Again, different packages will be worth more or less, but again, it's what you bid on them, so you can get them for a really reasonable price. Or if they're really popular, then they'll be more expensive, depending on how many bidders we have.
All right. And how long have you been involved with the KMSU auction total?
So I was involved last year and this year, so 2 semesters.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to add, Maddie?
Just don't forget to watch. It's November 30th at 6:30.
All right. Maddie Knudsen, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Now, Blake, I understand the men's basketball team was in action yesterday for Game 2 of the season.
Yeah, they were in Newtown last night. They faced Dickinson. Had a tough loss last night, but there's a lot of bright spots to take from last night's loss. The Beavers men's basketball team opened up Game 2 on the exhibition season last night. To the Four Bears Event Center we go. Right off the tip-off, Nate Moore with time to shoot, and he does just that. MSU opens the scoring, going up 3-0. Soon after, Tyler Rudolph will go to work down low. He pull up and knock down the mid-range jumper to extend the lead to 6. and it was back to the deep ball, Luis reaching Maya with an open look, and he makes it look easy. Beavers open with a 9-0 run. Blue Hawks would answer quickly, though, as Brian Neal works his way to the hoop and hits the floater. Rudolph would respond for the Beavers, hitting a 3 of his own. Minot State jumped out to a 10-point lead. They lose rather quickly as they fell 73-67. Beavers are next in action November 10th and 11th when they travel to Texas for an NSIC tournament. On to women's basketball. They were also at the Four-Bear Event Center. We kicked things off, the Beavers up 2-0, but it wouldn't last long as Isadora Taskovich makes a pass down low, bounces off a defender for the hoop and the harm. Blue Hawks take a 3-2 lead. Minot State would regain the lead and extend it when Mariah Payne gets a look from outside. The 3 is good to make it 9-5. Jump to the second quarter. Jennifer Burham on the fast break gets pressured but keeps control of the ball to lay it in. DSU pulled within 7. Carrie Clements would answer right back for the Beavers with a fast break of her own. Easy lay-in for 2 makes it a 17-8 lead. Blue Hawks look to close the gap late in the half as Taskovich connects from deep to pull Dickinson within 4. But the Beavers' Payne connects from downtown and would put the Beavers up 7 at half, and they would go on to hang on for the victory. Beavers win 62-41. The Beavers on the winning end of a Dickinson matchup, former head coach of the Blue Hawks and now new head coach of the Beavers, Mark Groppe, is standing by with Nolan Axton.
A perfect way to start off the season, a big win over a familiar team, you could say. Head coach Mark Groppe is joining me right now. Mark, thanks for taking time out of your busy day to come talk to me here. Again, last night, like I said, big win in your first exhibition game of the season against a former team that you used to coach in Dickinson State. To start things off, though, I just want to kind of ask about how that game went for you guys. Kind of walk us through it a little bit.
Well, we only had 8 practices in, so I felt that there's going to be mistakes made, but I really want our girls, if nothing else, to play really hard. But with only 8 practices, I thought it was good in that it shows us as a coaching staff we have to make some adjustments. There's some things we're going to change just because of that. I didn't think we played overly well, but that's typical, with such few practices. And, adjustments both offensively and defensively. We're going to put some definite changes in offensively, and that's going to start right away. But you know what? They've been going for a month. They've had 5 games under that. That was their 5th game, or that was our first game. So, overall, we just worked hard, and we're going to get better.
All right, and again, came out on top, so that's always nice to see to start the year off. You did it against a team that you used to be the head coach of down at Dickinson State. Kind of tell me a little bit about what it was like to go down and play against them to start the year off.
Well, there's not a lot of familiar faces in that the gals who were returning off my team, they were in street clothes, and for various reasons, and another girl that was not even there, blown ACL, so fairly new team, and so I wasn't very familiar with a lot of their players, so we didn't even have a scout for it. We were just worried more about ourselves rather than our opponent, and we're going to do that for the first several exhibitions and scrimmages. Let's just worry about ourselves, what wrinkles, what changes do we need to make before we start against Rocky Mountain in November.
All right, and then coming into a new team too, like your first year here at Minot State University, what was kind of the goal when you came in and found out you had the job and then had to start recruiting and finding players to fill your roster? What was kind of your game plan going into the offseason?
Well, the first things first, when I got the job last spring, I just had a lot of times coaches in the spring do individual workouts, and I didn't do that because I didn't know a lot of their names. Like half the team, I didn't even know their names. What could they do? So I wanted to watch them in open gyms. I wanted to think, what do we need to run for an offense next year? What do our girls need to work in the off season? And I do a write-up on each one of them. Things like that, and the offense that I thought would work well, I didn't think worked very well last night. There's going to be some changes made with that, but that's what we started with. And then for recruiting, we're having a tough time. I'm not going to lie to you that North Dakota, the 2018 class, there's not a ton of Division I, Division II players out there, hardly any at all. So that's going to be the challenge is I love to hit my own state. I'm a North Dakotan. I love to hit the state of North Dakota. But if there's not those Division I, Division II, high caliber players in the state, then where do you go? And that's the challenge we're running into is, do you go to neighboring states? And it is. It's been a tough battle so far, but we're going to keep fighting and bring in good players here.
All right, and now real quick here, just before I wrap up, what's kind of the game plan for the rest of the year? What do you expect to see out of the team going into conference play?
Well, again, we're going to be very patient. We're not going to we don't have out-of-bounds plays in. We only have a couple things offensively. We're already going to have to make a change. We only have man-to-man defense. We have so few things in, and I'm not going to be in a rush to throw a lot of things in and not do them well. We want to do a few things and do them well, and we're always going to play hard. So, again, we're going to be patient. The fans are going to have to be patient. It's more about January, February than about now.
All right, and I want to wish you luck, and I also want to say welcome to Minot State, I guess.
Great.
Good luck throughout the rest of the year. You guys are back in action on Saturday. Up north of the border, my homeland, taking on the University of Regina Cougars. So good luck there. Coach, thank you for joining me. We'll throw it back to you guys.
Oh, good luck.
The women are in action next Saturday when they travel to Saskatchewan to face the Regina Cougars. The Minot State football team is on the road this weekend as they look to snap a 3-game losing streak against a winless 0-8 Crookston squad. The Beavers are coming off an ugly 37-10 loss last weekend. Kickoff is in Crookston at Saturday at 1 p.m. The Minot State volleyball team was swept in straight sets in Duluth and St. Cloud. The loss drops the Beavers' record 4-18 overall and are still winless in conference play with an 0-11 record. The Beavers are next in action when they host Crookston tomorrow at 6 p.m. and Bemidji State at 2 on Saturday at the MSU Dome. Beavers women's hockey team will look to extend their winning streak to a season-long 5 games this weekend when they host ACC on Saturday at 7:30 and 1 p.m. on Sunday. The Beavers are coming off a sweep over Division I Midland Warriors. The Minot State men's hockey team is still riding high and looking to remain perfect on the season. They wrap up a 5-game road trip this weekend in Colorado. Holden Kurtz has been a rock for the Beavers in net so far this season, posting 3 shutouts in his first 4 starts. Junior forward Dylan Johnson will look to continue his goal streak to 6 straight games tonight when they host Colorado State. The Beavers will then play University of Colorado Friday and Saturday. All 3 games are set to begin at 8:30. Beavers 9-0 on the season. The women 4-2 on the season. Both have pretty lengthy winning streaks, but the men they look almost unstoppable this season.
I mean, absolutely. You got to think that they're coming off that long drive to Nebraska. That's like a 10-hour bus ride, maybe, and just be able to come out and really perform for all those games. But despite the chilly weathers, looking for a warmer forecast this week, and we have a little talk about a little haunting going on in the Beaver Dam tonight for a dance, and more on that later.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Artmain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM, Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX, 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. I'm still Matt Huffman.
And I'm still Dalen Eddington.
So we're just jump right into the weekend forecast. On Friday, we will see a high of 45 and a low of 24. Break out those jackets. It's going to get chilly, but sunny skies. Saturday, we will see partly cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 39. And Sunday, we will see the partly cloudy trend continue with a high of 45 and a low of 39. So despite being really chilly this morning and there being a little trying to snow, it's going to be warm this weekend a little bit.
Definitely.
All right.
That's for sure. All right, campus events. We got a lot of events going on from Thursday to next Tuesday, the 31st, which is Halloween. So the first thing going on tonight is the Halloween dance from 8:30 to 12. So if you live on campus, be sure to attend that at the MSU Beaver Dam. The MSU Choir concert is on Friday at 8 p.m. and that is going to be at First Lutheran Church. The Haunted Garage Party is on Saturday from 6 to 1 a.m. at the Central Avenue Parking Garage. The Haunted House is Saturday, October 28th from 7 to 11 at the MSU Old Main in the music department. The MSU Recycling Drive is next Monday, October 30th from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the MSU Student Center. And lastly, we have the Community Youth Halloween Party, which is next Halloween, next Tuesday from 5 to 8 at the Minot Auditorium.
Big week in Minot. Thank you for joining us tonight on MSU Inside Out. I'm Matt Huffman.
And I'm Dalen Eddington.